Hello, I guess we would consider this my audition video for Equally Awesome. First off, just want to say the main reason I'm doing this is just because I really like you guys and what you're all about. Never really tried to be on any other collaborative channels or anything like that, or even videos besides that first one Megan did, which introduced me to all of you guys. Well, with that said, I'm going to answer the questions from the last week. First off, Tori's was, if you could go back in time and tell yourself one thing, when in your life, and what would that be? I would probably go back to myself when I was in about 6th grade, about 11 years old, and I would say, don't put so much energy and emphasis on family, because some people really are not worth it and really will just destroy you more than they will help you or you can help them. Not going to go into too much detail there, but yeah, that would probably be what I would tell myself. Next was Mark. Mark, I first off had to say that with that whole petition thing, don't worry, they did the same thing here when this Prop 8 thing came through. They did a whole bunch of petitions, and then when they presented them to the government, over half the people on the list were dead or minors, so it got nowhere, and the whole bigot thing is a huge issue right now because of the whole vote in November here for Prop 8. And there's people everywhere with their signs and their petitions and their crap and bumper stickers, and you guys have watched some of my videos. I get angry sometimes. I get angry sometimes. And to answer your question, a confronter or ignorer, I guess I'd probably go more along the lines of what you said. Whereas if it's a huge crowd, if I'm out and about, I'm probably just gonna ignore it. Probably make a comment or something to the people I'm with, just about how I'm annoyed, so they know. Because I mean, it's pretty obvious. But if it's on a more personal level, like if I'm sitting in a room at work and someone says something, I'm probably going to say something, and I'm probably going to get pretty loud about it. I guess it also just depends on the people I'm around and my comfort level. But yeah, I'd say I'd call myself kind of in the middle. I do get kind of pissed off, and I do confront, and then at other times I do ignore. Sophia, your question made me cry a little. Actually, when I moved to California from Wisconsin, I had 2 cats. Now I just have 1. I had 2. I had a really old man cat. He was about 12 years old, and I figured the move would be too much for him. So I found a good home for him and everything, but it was like the hardest decision I've ever made in my life. He was the sweetest, most loving cat ever. I actually recorded a video of myself because the people who took him actually came by when I was gone. So I said my goodbyes, I left, and when I came home, no one was there except for my one little kitty in a mess of boxes and packed things. Whew. And she was running around going, me, looking for him, and I actually recorded a video of me talking about how I was going to freak out and blah blah blah, and then I actually started freaking out in the video, and it turned out to be like 5 minutes of me bawling my eyes out in the most disgusting way possible, like drooling, crying. Yeah, my old man cat. Okay. Sorry, that's my pause. Bob, what is negative in the dating world? I would have to say, in my personal experience, and I hate saying this because it always comes off so arrogant and cocky, how quickly people move. And that's not necessarily just the sex aspect. I mean, with emotions. Every relationship I've ever gotten into in my life, people tell me they love me within the first 3 months. That's too much for me. 3 months, you don't know what love is if you can say I love you after 3 months to that level. People always have gotten really attached really quickly to me, and I have a lot of boundaries and a lot of walls that need to be, climbed, scaled, worked through. You need to find the door, the key, whatever. But it takes a while. I would really honestly say that I've only loved one person, and it took me, I'd say, 1.5 years to even be able to admit it to myself, let alone to admit it to anyone else. I'm just very slow-paced when it comes to completely putting myself out there and other people are not, and I'd say that's the biggest issue I find in the dating world, or that I find negative in the dating world. Megan, have you ever felt like you were self-sabotaging yourself? Now, I did post a comment to your video saying all the time, which is true. I overthink every situation, more focused on the negatives that could happen or occur out of each situation, which does prevent me from doing a lot of things. A lot of the time I choose to go home and make dinner and watch a movie and go to bed, as opposed to going and doing something which wouldn't hurt me, wouldn't hurt anyone else, but because I think about it way too much, I just come to the conclusion that there's too many risks involved, and then I'm like, no, I'm gonna go home. Yeah, that's something I've been trying to work on for a while now, but you know, bad things happen. I think that was all of the questions from last week. Then to answer the other questions Mark had asked in the video was about me and why I'm a good match. I'm very high energy. Woo! Sometimes. I have lots of opinions and attitude. I don't know. Yeah, we're gonna stick with that. Gender, I'm pretty sure I'm a man. I was born with male parts. Never questioned it. My sexual orientation, I guess I can't bring anything new to the table because I am the same as Mark. I am just a gay man. Just a gay man. Ain't no just. I'm awesome. I'm the bestest gay in the world. I live in sunny San Diego, California, for the time being. Unsure on how that all is going to work out. I kind of feel like being here for a few years and then maybe moving more northwest. I'm 23, and I work in insurance. That's kind of fun for me, though. I'm very morbid, and I really like talking to people about death all the time. And then the last one was really how you shoot your videos and what you do for mistakes. Now, after I did Friend Friday, Mark actually mentioned how I always shoot my videos without editing. There's actually kind of a ghetto reason behind that. So, I bought this computer that I'm on. It's a laptop used. It's a Dell Inspiron laptop from like 1998. It has 40 gigs of space, of which like 28 are music. So basically, then you add all the programs and software in there, and it leaves me with about 3 gigs to be able to do things like this and record videos. I bought some editing software that was really expensive, and I tried using it, but every time I use it, my computer freezes, or it messes up the video to the point where the lips don't match, nothing matches, it's whack. So I've just really gotten to the point where I just flow, and if there's a huge mistake, like this video for example, this is about the 5th time I've recorded it, because here in San Diego, they're doing the Miramar Air Show, which is where a bunch of fighter jets fly around really low to the ground and make lots and lots of noise. So yeah, I've had to re-record this a bunch of times because I can't edit out that death sound that surrounds my life today. But yeah, so I don't use video editing software, I just flow with it, and if I make mistakes, I either have to laugh at myself and just flow with it, or re-record the video. Yeah, thank you for considering me as part, whether I make it or not, and yeah. Bye.